All right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol HYLN, Hyliion Holdings Corp, also known as, from the previous videos, ticker symbol SHLL, Tortoise Acquisition Inc. I'm going to go ahead and post this video both ways so that investors that can't find it or come across one or the other or are unaware of the fact that it actually changed, that weren't in it and we're thinking about being in it, this is the video of the company merger SHLL and Hyliion, and now they're under ticker symbol HYLN. To all my first time viewers, welcome to my channel. For all investors and viewers coming across it, I hope you guys find this video helpful and informative. And to all my subscribers, welcome back. So this restarted everything that I've been doing in the last previous days with my supports and resistance, but one thing I can tell you is support was broken through, and this started to hit newer lows, and it's reached lows of all the way down to $37 and some change. So let's go ahead and see our new support level and our new resistance level based off the charts. And also we're going to want to see what is important for next week and where we're at. I was stating yesterday that before the merger, if this wasn't rising back up or crossing the 50-day moving average, there was going to be people, or investors better said, taking profits from riding this wave, and they're not really bullish about it. They were just riding the hype. And to be honest, if there was much more bulls rather than day traders in this, or people that are just trying to jump in and take profits, this would be on its way up to newer highs and actually not forming this catalyst here of sell-off, either fear due to uncertainty or just bears taking over or people just taking profits that have been riding the wave to get on out. I mean, one of the most important numbers here in the most recent days is $33. I mean, we got pretty close to it at 37, $4 away from it. But if this crosses $33, and I want to emphasize this to every single investor and viewer, this will start to see newer lows. Because if you look at it right here at this point, right, and at this point where we're at right here at $33 and some change, and then we go all the way across over here again at $33 and some change, this has hit that before, and it's hit it and it rises back up. So it creates a support there. This is a bullish run that it had previously to it. If I zoom out even more, you could see more of the catalyst forming up to reach here. And then it dipped, right? It dipped down here to $33 and it shot up to its all-time high here of the recent days and weeks, all the way up to $58.48. And then it started jumping around, profit taking, fear, uncertainty, all the way to the point that it dipped again, hit $33, and quickly after that, the bulls reappeared and ran this one up and reached highs of $54.50. So what's important here is $33. Very important, since we're going on a downtrend. This is an important number to keep in mind. It's been touched twice in this area, close to $33, and like I said, and some change, and it's always bounced up from that point. Now this dip was kind of small and then it continued to run, but this dip was pretty big, and this dip, if it reaches $33, it's a pretty big dip again. And the question is, will it bounce back up and continue to do that effect that we saw happen one time and we saw happen a second time, or is this going to continue on its way down? That's the question that we need to pay very close attention to the upcoming days and weeks. So I'm just pointing out those numbers for every investor that's a first-time viewer or an investor that's always watching. I mean, I really appreciate you guys that stick around and watch these videos. Comment down below anything that you want to go ahead and share, piggyback off of what I'm about to state in the next coming minutes. You're more than welcome to. And also feedback. I encourage that and I appreciate that so much. But $33 is the most important number to keep in mind right now as this goes down. And then on the way up, $58 is important, but in the short term, $54.50 is one of the most important numbers to go ahead and be passed by the bulls to break through that resistance level and start to work their way up to newer highs. But we're going to zoom in here and see what's important for Monday. So this started to continue to work its way to newer lows, and it broke through the 50-day moving average yesterday, and it's just continued to bring itself down. And here we are, and we're going to narrow this down, and then we're going to talk about it a little bit broader. I mean, I already spoke about it broader when it comes to support. It's $33 and some change, and I'd get into more specifics about the exact number if we were to go ahead and get closer to it, because it's way down here at $33.42. But we're going to go ahead and see what we want to know for Monday. So 50-day moving average. The 50-day moving average is 46.21. Can't land exactly on that number, but 46.21 is the 50-day moving average. The bulls need to break through that. It's not like let's kind of get close to it, or like let's break the first resistance level and we're working our way up. There's momentum being built. No, they need to break through 46.21, turn that into a support, and break through newer highs and newer resistance levels to pull themselves further up in an upward direction away from the 50-day moving average to start to go deeper into bullish territory and build a real momentum to have a rally and continue to work their way up to newer highs. But before getting there, the bulls need to break through the first resistance level. That is 41.70. They need to turn that into a support and start to work their way up. Now, if the bulls break through 41.70, it does not mean that the bulls have gained control. That just states that the bulls have shown us that there's a sense of direction in an upward direction, and they could start to work their way towards their goal, which is breaking through the 50-day moving average to get back into bullish territory. And then they have to continue to break through resistance levels to reach newer highs. But 41.70 is the first step that the bulls need to take, turn that into a support, and start to continue to have momentum to reach newer highs and break through new resistance levels, turning them into support levels as they work their way up until they reach 46.21, turn that into a support, and work their way up to newer highs. Now on the other spectrum, we have what the bears want. This leveled off at $40.03. The bears are going to want to take this one down, and this is the lowest point reached in this bearish rally, and that is $37.70. The bears are going to want to cross $37.70 to bring this one further down from the 50-day moving average in a downward direction. By doing that, they can start to hit newer lows and newer support levels. So I want to emphasize to every investor to pay very close attention to how this stock is reacting if it breaks through $37.70, and how quickly is it moving towards, obviously, our point of reference down here at $33.41, 42 cents. It kind of jumps around, but the most accurate one is $33.41. How quickly is it moving to these lows, and is it on its way down to newer support levels and newer lows? Now, $37.70, before all that happens, is the first point of reference to keep an eye on. Watch the behavior of this stock and see, are the bears tearing this one down quickly, or are the bulls even trying to reappear? Now, if this does break through $37.70 and the bulls reappear, that's great, but the bulls have to break through resistance, 41.70, to build that momentum to work their way up. And even by doing so, the bulls still don't have any control or sense of momentum really to have a rally until they cross 46.21, which is the 50-day moving average. As always, hope you found this video helpful and informative, and if you did and feel inclined or encouraged to subscribe, please do so, but don't forget to click on the bell. By clicking on the bell, you can go ahead and turn on all notifications to not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community. Don't forget to hit the like button and let me know you watched this video. And at the end of this video, there's going to be a pop-up video, and I talk about the S&P 500 index. Why do I talk about the index of the S&P 500? Well, there's the 500 best companies of America. They're blue chip stocks, and they're American-made companies, most of them, or actually all of them. And one thing that's happening is the Federal Reserve is pumping the markets. And by doing so, the S&P 500 index is moving up several points. Well, what does that mean for us as investors? Well, within those 500 companies, there are 500 ticker symbols moving up with the index. And if the index is moving several points, these individual ticker symbols are moving up 30 cents to $3 per share. I know it may not sound like a lot, but it adds up per share, 30 cents to $3. I'm not here to tell you to buy, sell, or hold. I'm just here to inform every single investor on the great news that there's an opportunity to maximize profits and minimize losses by taking advantage of the strategy I've been using. I go into detail about it in the video. Don't miss out on it. And it's a weekly series that I'm doing. So I'm doing another new video this upcoming weekend, but I want you guys to check that one out so you can see how informative it is. And if it's something that intrigues you or you find interesting, stay tuned for the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.